Good morning and welcome to Tuesday the 19th of April. Right, so all packed and ready to go. It's now just before 7, 10 to 7, and today is the start of the proper camping tour. So after spending 4 lovely evenings and days with Dad, it's time to now head on. So the first destination today is Bethulie, and we've got 2 nights camping in Bethulie, so that's all good. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a slow ride. It's not a rush. I'll probably take the most direct route. I want to do a breakfast in Hobhouse, and then be on to Smithfield or Wepener, then Smithfield, then Bethulie. There's a bit of a Twilight Zone, and that's why I've called this chapter the Twilight Zone between Wepener and Smithfield on a dirt road, but I'll explain more when I get to that location. So yeah, it's going to be a lovely day. It's a beautiful day out, not a cloud in the sky, not a breath of wind, so looking forward to a good ride. And as we progress we'll chat, but yeah, it's been awesome and looking forward to sharing the journey with you. Cheers, bye. Of the tour, another damn tour, and day 5 I had to make my way to my first campsite in Thule, which was situated over there. So the route that I took was very easy, again marked quite Clochelan I went down to Ladybrand, then from Ladybrand just outside went down to Hobhouse. Now that road over there, R26, the previous time I took it last year it was a road, this time it wasn't a road, there was 0 road. So various sections of the road were just nothing. It was like riding on dirt. No tar, you could see the lines in the middle of the road, but 0 tar. It was really in very poor condition. I stopped off in Hobhouse for a short while. I wanted to just see Hobhouse. I've read about a doll house in Hobhouse, but I couldn't find it. I looked, and it was part of the trip and part of the destination. Morning, how are you? Hobhouse came down to Wepener, and Wepener went on to Smithfield, and just a little bit down the road is the dam over there, Nelspoort Dam, and it was a beautiful dam. It was in full flow, overflowing, so I got a lovely drone flight over there, as well as some nice footage and some nice this road over here is a farm road, dirt road, all the way through to Smithfield, and that is just a crazy road. I called this chapter the Twilight Zone because along this route over here there must be close to a dozen farmhouses completely deserted. Absolutely deserted, there's nobody there. A lot of sheep on the grounds, on the lands, but absolutely nobody staying there. So I called this the Twilight Zone, and that was the name of the chapter. In Smithfield, I got into Smithfield about 12, just after 12, and you know what, I had a lovely breakfast. I felt like a breakfast, so I stopped off at a restaurant there, and I had an amazing breakfast. It was really, really super. I had a lot of Jägermeister bottles all over the bar, but I thought 12:30, I've still got a bit of distance to go. I wasn't going to have a Jägermeister, so I did have a breakfast. Standing alongside the road. There's a lovely dam behind me, if you want to call it that, little farm dam. Last time I was here there was a lot more ducks, but it's all good. It's beautiful just to be standing here. Beautiful road today, not a breath of wind still, absolutely zero clouds about at all, so yeah, very pretty. Okay, so after a decent ride on the R701, all dirt road, 75 kilometers of dirt, very pleasant. I got to Smithfield and I found a little pub and grill called Buckley's. No beer, breakfast and coffee. So yeah, about 40 kilometers away from Bethulie, 50 kilometers away from Bethulie now, so really no stress, no strain, no problem, all good. A couple of bikers going past now, that's good. So I'm going to have a wee breakfast and then we're going to hit the road again later, so yeah, looks very cool. Yeah, I haven't eaten yet today, so it's going to be awesome, looking forward to it. But anyway, from Smithfield, it was very cool. I came across to Bethulie, and just before Bethulie there is Kamp Kerkhof, where I stopped off at. Kamp Kerkhof, horrible concentration camp of the Anglo-Boer War. Right, good afternoon, and yes, I've just arrived at Kamp Kerkhof. So this is actually a very, very, very sad place to come to. Kamp Kerkhof was the largest, if not mistaken, the largest concentration camp for Boer women and children during the Anglo-Boer War of 1899 to 1902. And thousands of Boer women and children died at this camp, Kamp Kerkhof. If you look behind me, you can see this is a list of names of all the people that perished, all those people that died. A very sad place. It's definitely got a very somber feeling to it. It's got a very sad feeling to it. I wanted to visit it again. As you can see, yeah, just really a very sad place and a very, very sad history in terms of the Anglo-Boer War, the concentration camps. The town that I went to, Hobhouse, on the way down, that was, as I mentioned, named after Emily Hobhouse. And Emily Hobhouse was a British lady and a philanthropist that alerted the British media, the British people, to the travesty of these concentration camps and the thousands of women and children that died of just malnutrition and disease, and just, yeah, absolutely a horrible place, a horrible part of our history in South Africa. So as I was standing in front of this wall, this is the wall of names of Boer women and children that perished and died at this camp. And this is just one side of it. We'll go to the other side. But yes, just name after name after name. A very, very sad moment in our history. Then from Kamkerkhof got into Bethulie, and Bethulie is where I had a 2-night stay, and I stayed at the Ski campsite, which is situated in Bethulie, but it was really, really special. There's a lady that owns it, and she was a gracious host and really special, also a fellow biker, so we shared a couple of stories of her trips and her travels, and that was really cool. But yeah, I'm at Bethulie, found it, got it, and now it's just a question of finding the campsite, which I'm sure we'll find in no time whatsoever. Right, so arrived in Bethulie, set up the campsite, got into town to get some dinner, so got some nice chicken kebabs. Yeah, so just set up the tent, as you can see behind me, and we Ski campsite in Bethulie. So yeah, very cool, nice to be here, glad that the bike went well, everything perfect. Still very, not a cloud in the sky, no wind, so very happy about that. So yeah, it's going to be a nice evening, nice and chilled. It's now about 3:30, load shedding starts at 4, it doesn't really worry me. We've got everything that we need in essence, so it's all good. It's time to relax now a little bit, and then we can start dinner and enjoy the evening.